Who could imagine that a fruit as sweet, convenient, and seemingly harmless as the banana could be hiding traps for the health of those who have passed the age of 60? For decades, we were taught that it is synonymous with quick energy, abundant potassium, and even the prevention of cramps. And yes, the banana does indeed have benefits. But there is a detail that almost no one mentions: the problem isn't in the fruit itself, but in the way many seniors consume it. Think with me, have you ever caught yourself believing that eating a banana first thing in the morning is the perfect way to start the day? After all, it's easy, cheap, requires no preparation, and still gives that feeling of immediate satiety. But the reality can be very different from what we imagine. When consumed the wrong way, the banana can cause glucose spikes, increase the feeling of fatigue, and even contribute to silent problems like weight gain, nutrient imbalance, and an overload on the body. What seemed to be a reliable ally can turn into an invisible enemy. And that is precisely why this video is so important. Today we are going to reveal the 6 dangerous mistakes that many seniors make when consuming bananas, mistakes that could be hindering their vitality, energy, and even their longevity. This isn't about cutting this fruit from your menu, not at all. It's about learning to use it in an intelligent, balanced, and strategic way. Science has already shown that, with advancing age, our body responds differently to certain foods. The same banana that seemed harmless in our youth can bring unwanted consequences after 60. A slower metabolism, sensitivity to glucose, and the need to preserve muscle mass make every food choice even more decisive. And the banana, being so popular, ends up becoming a blind spot. Most people consume it without thinking about the details, repeating automatic habits that were created throughout their lives. Imagine the scene: a 68-year-old man, who has always been active, starts to notice energy dips in the middle of the morning, even after eating 2 bananas for breakfast. He thinks he's doing himself good, but without realizing it, he is generating blood sugar spikes that soon plummet, leaving him more tired and vulnerable. This small trap is repeated every day in millions of homes. And here is the promise: throughout this video, you will discover what the mistakes are, why they happen, and how to correct them simply. No radical diets or unnecessary cuts. The proposal is to show how adjusting small habits can yield huge gains for your health and daily energy. Now, I need to ask you, are you also making some of these mistakes with bananas without realizing it? If so, you will be surprised by what is coming. And before we continue, if this topic has made sense to you so far, click the like button right now, that way you won't miss any of the upcoming revelations, and you'll also help spread information that can make a difference for many other people your age. What comes next may change the way you see this very common fruit in your daily life. Why is it that the banana gained the reputation of being an almost miraculous superfood? From old commercials to recommendations from physical education teachers, the image has always been the same: an athlete eating a banana before a race, a child taking a banana in their lunchbox, a senior choosing the fruit as a quick snack. It has become a symbol of instant energy and practicality. But does this reputation correspond to reality, especially for those who have already passed 60? The truth is that, yes, the banana has its merits. Rich in potassium, it provides fiber, B-complex vitamins, and small amounts of magnesium. All of this is useful for the body. The problem is that the story has only been told by half. What is almost never mentioned is that the banana is also rich in fructose and has a glycemic index that can vary greatly depending on its degree of ripeness. For a 20-year-old, this detail might go unnoticed. But in someone with a slower metabolism, sensitive blood sugar, or a tendency toward diabetes, this immediate energy can turn into a silent burden. And here comes a crucial point: when we consume a food repetitively, without balancing it with other nutrients, we create an effect of overvaluation. We think we are choosing the healthiest option, but in practice, we are limiting the body to a small part of what it really needs. It's as if someone believed that only one tool solves all the problems in a house. You can even hammer a nail with pliers, but it's not the ideal tool. Many seniors believe that the banana alone is capable of sustaining energy for hours, when, in reality, the glycemic curve shows something else. The natural sugar of the fruit is absorbed quickly, bringing a feeling of energy that doesn't last long. A short time later, the energy plummets, making way for fatigue, premature hunger, and even the famous craving for sweets. It's a metabolic seesaw that goes unnoticed in daily life but undermines vitality in the long run. It's no wonder that recent studies reinforce the secret is not in electing food heroes, but in building diversity on the plate. The banana can be a piece, but it should never be the entire board. The body needs the antioxidants from berries, the vitamin C from citrus fruits, the flavonoids from grapes, the fibers from apples. When we reduce everything to a single fruit, even a popular one, we leave aside the complete symphony of nutrients that sustains our natural defenses. So, when you hear someone say, eat a banana because it's the perfect food, remember, perfect for whom, in what quantity, and in what context? Science doesn't work with absolutes, but with balance. And it is precisely from this myth that the first serious mistake arises, eating a banana alone on an empty stomach. A habit so common, so routine, that it seems harmless, but it can be the origin of a bigger problem for those who have already passed 60. Have you ever woken up in the morning, opened the fruit bowl, and thought, I'll just eat a banana, it's quick and healthy? This is a more common habit than we imagine. Many seniors believe that this practice is the perfect way to start the day. After all, the fruit is right there, ready to be eaten, with no preparation needed. It seems like the most practical choice. But it is precisely there that one of the most dangerous mistakes lies. When you eat just a banana on an empty stomach, without any source of protein or fiber alongside it, a chain reaction occurs in your body. The natural sugar of the fruit is absorbed very quickly, raising the glucose in your blood in a matter of minutes. This glucose spike generates a false sense of immediate energy. The problem is that, right after, this energy plummets. The body releases excess insulin to control the blood sugar, and the result can be a sharp drop, fatigue, drowsiness, premature hunger, and, in some cases, even light tremors. Imagine a 65-year-old man who decides to walk every morning. Before leaving, he eats 2 bananas thinking he will have enough fuel. At the beginning of the walk, he feels energetic. But, a short time later, sudden fatigue sets in, his legs feel heavy, and he returns home with no energy. This happens because something essential was missing: balance. The banana alone does not provide the necessary support to keep energy stable. And there is another important detail: throughout life, many people accumulate insulin resistance, even without a diagnosis of diabetes. The body, then, reacts even more intensely to glucose spikes. This means that a simple habit, like eating a banana alone on an empty stomach, can silently wear down your metabolism and contribute to the advancement of health problems that could be avoided. The solution? It's not to cut out the banana, but to combine it with other foods that slow down the absorption of sugar. A simple example: a banana with oats and a little plain yogurt. The fiber from the oats and the protein from the yogurt help control the speed at which the fruit's sugar enters the bloodstream, keeping energy stable for longer. Another option is to consume a small portion of nuts along with the banana, such as walnuts or Brazil nuts, which provide good fats and prolong satiety. It seems like a small detail, but this adjustment can completely transform the way you feel throughout the day. Instead of an energy seesaw, you start to have a more stable line, without such sharp ups and downs. This is exactly what helps preserve vitality and energy, elements so important after 60. Now, the question that remains is, if the simple habit of eating a banana alone on an empty stomach already carries so many hidden risks, what happens when it is consumed in excess every day, without room for other fruits? This answer may be even more surprising. Who has never heard someone say, "Oh, I eat fruit every day, I always eat a banana"? In fact, the banana is so accessible, practical, and popular that many people end up adopting this almost automatic habit. For breakfast, as an afternoon snack, before the gym, after dinner, there it is. It's like a kind of dietary wildcard. But is eating 2, 3, or even 4 bananas a day, every day, really healthy? Here is the problem: when you always repeat the same fruit, you deprive the body of an immense variety of nutrients that only dietary diversity can offer. The banana provides fiber, potassium, and some vitamins, but it leaves out powerful antioxidants that are present in red fruits, like strawberries and blackberries, or in citrus fruits, like oranges and kiwis. Each fruit brings a unique set of bioactive compounds that act as pieces of a puzzle in the body's natural defense. If you insist on placing the same piece repeatedly, the picture is never completed. And the impact goes beyond a lack of nutrients. Eating bananas in excess can favor silent imbalances. The high consumption of fructose, even though it's natural, can overload the liver. Furthermore, the constant repetition increases the intake of simple sugars, without offering the counterpoint of antioxidants that fight inflammation and cellular aging. In other words, what seemed like a healthy habit can, over time, accelerate the very processes we want to avoid. Think of a practical example: a 70-year-old woman who believes she is taking care of her health by eating 3 bananas a day. She is, in fact, ingesting potassium, but at the same time, she is failing to consume fruits that could strengthen her memory, protect her vision, and improve her circulation. The result, despite seeming disciplined, she is not reaching the full potential that her diet could offer. Science is clear: dietary diversity is one of the pillars of healthy aging. Studies with long-lived populations, such as those in the Okinawa region of Japan, show that the variety of fruits and vegetables is a key factor in maintaining vitality. Eating a banana every day is not the problem. The problem is when the banana becomes practically the only fruit on the menu. Therefore, the practical tip is simple: if you like bananas, keep them in your diet, but create rotations. Today, a banana for breakfast; tomorrow, a slice of papaya; the day after, some grapes or a kiwi. This way, you not only avoid an excess of fructose but also provide the body with a much more complete arsenal of vitamins, minerals, and protective compounds. Now, if daily excess can already generate imbalances, imagine when the banana is combined with the true hidden villains of the modern diet. This is where many seniors fall into an even more dangerous trap. The banana alone can already cause some imbalances if consumed in excess, but what really turns this fruit into a trap is the way it is usually combined. Many seniors believe they are making healthy choices when, in reality, they are just adding silent villains to their plate. A classic example: the famous banana smoothie. It seems harmless, but it almost always comes accompanied by refined sugar, excess whole milk, and in some cases, even industrialized chocolate powder. The result? A cocktail of glucose and saturated fat that overloads the liver, disrupts blood sugar, and promotes the accumulation of abdominal fat. That drink that seemed nutritious ends up functioning like a calorie bomb. Another common habit is turning the banana into a permanent dessert, covered with condensed milk, sprinkled with sugar and cinnamon, fried in butter, or even caramelized. It seems like an innocent reward, but the truth is that these combinations nullify any benefit of the fruit and open the door to chronic inflammation, weight gain, and a higher risk of type 2 diabetes. What should be medicine turns into poison. And we can't forget the banana cake and pancake recipes. Many believe that just by using the fruit, they are already guaranteeing health. But if along with the banana come white flour, margarine, artificial sweeteners, or sugary fillings, the result is the same: more villains than allies. It's the typical wolf in sheep's clothing. The banana serves as an excuse to disguise unhealthy choices. The good news is that there are correct and truly beneficial combinations. Banana with oats, for example, creates a balance between carbohydrates and fiber that helps control the release of glucose into the blood. Banana with chia or flax seeds adds good fats and improves satiety. Banana mashed with plain yogurt provides protein and probiotics that strengthen the gut and immunity. These choices turn the fruit into a real ally, without the weight of hidden villains. Deep down, the question is not just what you eat, but what you eat it with. If the banana joins sugars, flours, and processed foods, it loses its role as a healthy food. But when it unites with fibers, proteins, and good fats, it can be part of a complete and protective meal. And here a crucial question arises: besides the wrong combinations, there is another factor that few people take into account, and that makes all the difference for the body. The ripeness of the banana. The same fruit can be a friend or an enemy, depending on how green or ripe it is. Few people realize it, but the same banana can have completely different effects on the body depending on the stage of ripeness at which it is consumed. Green, yellow, or already well ripened, each stage changes the glycemic index, the amount of active fiber, and even how your body reacts to it. And this detail, so simple and often ignored, can be decisive for the health of those who have already passed 60. The green banana, for example, contains more resistant starch, a fiber that is not digested in the small intestine and reaches the colon almost intact, where it serves as food for the beneficial bacteria of the microbiota. This type of starch helps regulate blood sugar, improves satiety, and strengthens the body's natural defenses. For seniors who struggle with glucose spikes, it can be a great option in small portions. The ripe banana, with a uniform yellow peel, has less resistant starch and more simple sugars. This means it provides faster energy but also causes a more pronounced rise in blood sugar. If consumed alone, it can generate that peak and crash effect of energy, so common in those who feel tired shortly after a snack. However, when combined with fiber or protein, it can be useful for a light pre-workout or as a balanced part of a meal. The very ripe banana, full of dark spots on the peel, concentrates even more simple sugars. Many believe that this is the moment when it is better for your health, but for those with insulin resistance or diabetes, this stage can be the most dangerous. The body absorbs the glucose almost immediately, overloading the metabolism. For those who want quick energy, it might be interesting. But for seniors who need to control their blood sugar, caution is needed. The mistake of ignoring this detail is common. Often, a senior buys a bunch of bananas and consumes them throughout the week without thinking about how the ripeness is changing the impact on their body. It's as if they were eating different fruits, but without knowing it. And that's exactly it, each stage is practically a distinct food, with its own functions and risks. So, the practical tip is to observe the peel and choose according to your needs. If the focus is on the gut microbiota, a greener banana. If it's moderate energy, a balanced yellow banana. If the goal is just flavor and sweetness, the ripe one can be consumed, but in small portions and with extra attention for those with glucose problems. And if the stage of ripeness is already a determining factor, there is still an even more dangerous mistake, believing that bananas never do harm and forgetting that certain health conditions call for clear limits on consumption. This is a warning that many seniors have not yet heard. The banana is so popular, so present in daily life, that many have created the belief that it never does harm. After all, it's a fruit, it's natural, it's been in most homes' fruit bowls for decades. But this idea is dangerous, especially when we talk about health after 60. To begin with, we need to talk about potassium. The banana is one of the main sources of this mineral, essential for balancing blood pressure, for muscle contraction, and for the proper functioning of the heart. So far, so good. The problem is that in some health conditions, such as kidney failure, the body loses the ability to eliminate excess potassium. And what was an ally can become a real risk. High levels of this substance in the blood can cause arrhythmias, muscle weakness, and even serious complications. Another point is blood sugar. For those who already have insulin resistance or diabetes, the exaggerated consumption of ripe bananas can be a real challenge. It's like filling an already full tank. The body can't handle the extra load of sugar, and this worsens glucose spikes. Many seniors report feeling intense drowsiness or fatigue after eating bananas in excess, without imagining that this is directly linked to the fruit's metabolism. Furthermore, there is the interaction with medications. Potassium-sparing diuretics, commonly used to treat hypertension, already naturally raise the level of this mineral in the blood. Adding several bananas a day to this can be the trigger for a dangerous imbalance. The same goes for those who use supplements without medical supervision. Mixing excess potassium with high banana consumption is opening the door to silent problems. And here is the trap. Because it's an accessible and culturally seen as harmless fruit, almost no one thinks to report to their doctor or nutritionist how many bananas they consume per day. But they should. This small detail can make the difference between balance and overload. Does this mean seniors should not eat bananas? Not at all. What we need is awareness. To know that there is no miracle food and that even the banana requires attention to context, quantity, and individual health conditions. What is medicine for one can be poison for another, and that is the key to intelligent eating. And since we are talking about excesses, there is still a mistake that is even more serious: replacing entire meals with bananas, believing you are following a healthy diet. This habit, unfortunately, has become increasingly common and deserves a special warning. Oh, and before we continue, tell me in the comments if you've ever felt any discomfort when you've overdone it with bananas. This exchange of experiences can open the eyes of many people who believe that the more, the better. A mistake that may seem harmless, but which carries serious risks, is replacing complete meals with bananas. Some seniors believe that, because it's a fruit, eating 2 or 3 bananas for breakfast, lunch, or a snack is enough. It seems practical, healthy, and economical, but this practice can generate silent and dangerous consequences. The human body needs balance. Carbohydrates, proteins, healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals act together to maintain energy, muscle strength, immunity, and organ functions. When you replace a complete meal with fruits, even nutritious ones like the banana, you fail to provide essential elements, such as proteins and good fats, necessary for maintaining muscle mass and brain function. Over time, this can cause weakness, loss of lean mass, and even an increased risk of falls or real danger for those who have passed 60. Furthermore, by consuming only bananas, you ingest a large quantity of concentrated simple sugars. This causes glucose spikes followed by sharp drops, generating fatigue and premature hunger. Imagine a whole morning consuming only fruits. By the time lunch arrives, the body is exhausted, glucose has already dropped, and hunger is intense. It's the opposite of the stable energy we all want to maintain throughout the day. Another critical point is the impact on metabolism. By drastically reducing protein intake, the body begins to use muscle mass as an energy source. For seniors, this means loss of strength, reduced mobility, and greater vulnerability to injuries. And the most paradoxical thing, many think they are on a healthy diet, but they are actually harming their vitality and longevity. The solution is simple: never replace meals with fruit. The banana can be part of a snack, complementing oats, yogurt, nuts, or combined with other fruits for diversity. For breakfast, a mashed banana with chia and plain yogurt provides energy and fiber without compromising proteins and good fats. For an afternoon snack, a banana with nuts offers satiety and important nutrients. This way, you keep the body nourished, avoid glucose spikes, and protect muscle mass. And here arises an important lesson: small choices in daily habits make a huge difference to health and energy after 60. Eating a banana consciously transforms what could be a trap into a powerful ally, maintaining vitality, energy, and well-being. Have you ever noticed how the banana gives you that instant feeling of energy, but a short time later you feel tired again? This effect is more common than we imagine and, especially for those who have passed 60, it deserves attention. What seems like a burst of vitality is, in fact, a silent metabolic trap. The natural sugar of the banana, especially when ripe, is quickly absorbed by the body. This absorption causes glucose spikes, which generate the momentary feeling of energy. But what comes right after is the sharp drop, as the body releases insulin to balance the blood sugar levels. The result? Drowsiness, fatigue, and sometimes even an intense craving for other sweet foods. The energy that seemed constant turns into a seesaw, wearing down the body and your disposition. For seniors, this fluctuation is even more critical. With age, metabolism slows down and glucose sensitivity can change. This means that energy peaks and valleys happen with more intensity, interfering with the ability to maintain physical activities, concentration, and mood throughout the day. What seemed like an ally for vitality can become a silent saboteur of the daily routine. The good news is that there is a simple way to correct this. Combining the banana with proteins, fibers, and healthy fats slows down the absorption of sugar, promoting more stable and lasting energy. Practical examples include mashed banana with oats and plain yogurt, a banana with nuts, or even a banana incorporated into a small balanced meal. These are simple adjustments, but they transform the fruit from a quick and unstable effect into a consistent ally for vitality. Furthermore, understanding the body's response to food helps prevent hunger peaks and cravings for sweets, also protecting heart health, body weight, and muscle mass maintenance. Small changes in habits can generate great results. Now, think carefully: if the simple consumption of a banana can generate these energy fluctuations, what will it be like when it is ingested along with less healthy eating habits or combined with hidden sugars? It is at this point that many seniors lose the opportunity to turn the fruit into a true health ally. After understanding the risks and common mistakes, the natural question is, how to turn the banana into a true health ally, especially after 60? The answer lies in balance, the right combination, and attention to the details of consumption. First point: diversity and context. The banana does not need to be eliminated from the diet, but it should be part of a balanced set of foods. For example, combining it with oats, plain yogurt, or nuts helps control glucose release, prolongs satiety, and provides nutrients that the fruit alone does not offer. This simple combination keeps energy stable, strengthens muscles and the gut, and protects against the peaks and valleys of blood sugar that so harm vitality. Second point, attention to ripeness. If the goal is to improve digestion and benefit the gut microbiota, prefer the greener banana, rich in resistant starch. If you are looking for moderate energy for light physical activities, the balanced yellow banana is ideal. For those who just want flavor and sweetness, the ripe banana can be consumed, but with moderation and always in combination with proteins or fibers. Third point, adequate portion. Eating one banana or, at most, 2 at a time is enough to get the benefits without overdoing it. Avoid multiple daily units consumed in isolation, as this can overload the metabolism, increase blood sugar, and generate fatigue. Remember, quality and balance are worth more than quantity. Fourth point, dietary variety. Alternate bananas with other fruits rich in antioxidants and various vitamins. Strawberries, blackberries, kiwis, and oranges complement the diet, offering essential nutrients that the banana does not have in sufficient quantity. This way, you ensure a complete nutritional intake, strengthening your natural defenses and promoting healthy aging. Also, observe your body's response. If you feel drowsiness, fatigue, or intense hunger after consuming a banana, adjust the combination or the quantity. Each person reacts differently, and small adaptations can make a big difference in daily well-being. With these guidelines, the banana ceases to be a double-edged sword and becomes a strategic ally. It provides energy in a balanced way, protects the metabolism, maintains satiety, and contributes to vitality, muscle strength, and cardiovascular health. The great lesson is clear: there is no miracle food, but there is intelligent consumption. If we've learned anything so far, it's that the banana is not the problem. The real secret lies in how much, and in what context we consume this fruit. After 60, every food choice counts, and small adjustments make a huge difference for energy, vitality, and longevity. Balance means consuming the banana consciously, combined with other nutrients, respecting the appropriate quantity, and alternating with other fruits rich in antioxidants and vitamins. This care transforms what could be a trap into a powerful health ally, helping to control blood sugar, maintain satiety, and preserve muscle mass. Context is also essential. Eating a banana along with foods that provide proteins and good fats slows down the absorption of sugar and promotes stable energy. Prioritizing consumption after a light meal or as a complement to strategic snacks ensures that the body receives balanced nutrients throughout the day. The message before the conclusion is clear: there is no miracle food, but there is intelligent consumption. The banana, when used with attention and balance, protects health, prolongs vitality, and helps maintain the quality of life after 60. If you have already learned something useful so far, sharing this information with friends and family can be a simple and powerful step to spread health and awareness. Throughout this video, we have explored the 6 most common mistakes that many seniors make when consuming bananas: eating them on an empty stomach, overdoing the quantity, combining them with hidden villains, ignoring the ripeness, believing they never do harm, and replacing entire meals with the fruit. But the great lesson is not to eliminate the banana from the diet, but to learn to use it with intelligence and balance. The banana can be a powerful ally when consumed consciously, combined with fiber, proteins, and good fats, in appropriate portions, alternating with other fruits, and respecting its ripeness. Small adjustments like these transform a popular fruit into a real source of energy, satiety, and nutrients, strengthening the body, mind, and natural defenses. Most importantly, this learning reminds us that health does not depend on miracles, but on consistent and conscious choices. If this video has provided useful information, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with friends, family, or neighbors who also love bananas and who may be making these mistakes without knowing. The more people who know these guidelines, the more lives will benefit. And, of course, if you want to continue receiving practical tips for aging with health, energy, and vitality, click subscribe now. This way you won't miss the next content that teaches how small food choices can generate great results in life after 60. Remember, every simple adjustment in your diet is a direct investment in years of healthy and full life. The banana can be sweet, but the real sweetness is in choosing what is good for you and your body every day.